Do you often wake up with neck pain or feel stiffness in your neck after working on your laptop for a while? It might seem minor, as it often does, but pain in the neck area might be telling you something important. This is the Primary Care Doctor on Call podcast with Dr. Gabriel. This is where I explain medical topics in a clear, simple, and easily understandable way, just as I would if sitting across from you at your medical office visit. Today, we're going to be talking about cervical pain. Let's start simple. Cervical refers to your neck, the top part of your spine, which supports your head and allows movements like turning, bending, and nodding. Cervical pain, therefore, simply means pain coming from the neck area. Cervical pain has some uniqueness to it. It not only presents as pain in the neck, it could also present as headaches or burning, numbness, weakness, tingling sensation, pins and needles, all the way from the back of the scalp to the upper part of the back, both shoulders, going down the upper limbs, all the way down to the fingers. To understand why pain coming from the neck area could have this kind of multiple presentation, I will explain a little bit how our neck is built. That is, the anatomy of the neck. Our neck is built on 7 pieces of bones. Each piece of bone is separated from the other by a soft cushion called the disc, and each bone has an opening at its center, and through this opening runs the spinal cord. Nerves shoot out from the spinal cord in between the bones on both sides of the disc. These nerves then break up into smaller branches, which then supply the skin, the muscles, and all the soft tissues, all the way from the back of the scalp to the upper part of the back, the shoulders, both arms, getting down the upper limbs, all the way down to the fingers. You can then understand why any irritation or inflammation or disease process that involves any of these structures could present as pain coming from the neck area. Common causes of cervical pain include muscle strain and tension. In fact, muscle strain and tension is the number one cause of cervical pain. Think about sleeping in an awkward position or maintaining a poor posture at work. Say when you're working at your laptop and the laptop is below your eye level, or when you spend long hours on the phone. All this lead to overuse of your neck muscles, and that cause stiffness and discomfort. Another major cause of cervical pain is poor posture at work. Your workstation and how close it is to your chest matters quite a lot. For people who work sitting down, if the screen of your laptop or your desktop is too low, or if the chair is not supporting your back, or if you are positioned in such a way that you have to lean forward most of the time, or for people who stand at work, if the working surface is so low that you have to lean forward most of the time, then over time, all this could lead to stress in the muscles and soft tissues of the neck. Age-related wear and tear is another major cause of cervical pain. Do you remember the disc between the bones? As we age, these discs lose their hydration. The joints get stiffer, muscles become more rigid, and movement is much more limited. Therefore, neck pain is a natural consequence of all that. At other times, the disc might slip or bulge and then compress on the nerves that are just so close to them. And then these can produce symptoms Symptoms including pain, burning, tingling sensation, pins and needles, numbness, even weakness through the entire area covered by the particular nerve that is compressed, all the way from the back of the scalp to the upper part of the back, the shoulder, both arms, down to the fingers. Injury and trauma is another important cause of cervical pain. Whiplash injury from car accidents or sports injuries could sometimes lead to sudden and severe pain. Emotional stress can sometimes also build stress in the muscles of the neck, leading to tightness, aching, and even headaches. Let's discuss a little bit more detail the various ways cervical pain could present. The classic symptoms are dull or sharp pain over the neck area, often associated with stiffness and reduced movement of the neck, or the pain gets more exaggerated anytime you attempt to move your head or your neck. When the nerve is involved, symptoms that could be associated with entrapment of the nerve could range from pain, burning sensation, tingling, pins and needles, numbness, or even weakness. And the area involved could be anywhere ranging from the back of the scalp down to the upper part of the back, the shoulders, arms, the entire upper limb, all the way to the fingers. Other associated symptoms that could come with cervical pain could be headaches, dizziness, or even fainting spells. When should you be concerned about cervical pain? It is true that most cervical pain tend to resolve by themselves. However, when the pain is severe, and especially if it follows an injury, or when it doesn't improve by itself over time, or when it comes with symptoms suggestive of nerve entrapment, as we discussed previously, things like burning sensation, tingling and numbness, pain moving down your arms, your shoulders, towards your fingers, or it involves numbness or weakness, that's definitely a reason why you need to be evaluated by your healthcare provider. How do doctors typically evaluate cervical pain? Most of the time, the cause of the chest pain is usually established based on the history, that is the discussion you and your doctor will have regarding how the pain started, when it started, how long it's been there, circumstances that were associated with the beginning of the pain, and the clinical examination the doctor will perform at the office. Any additional testing, which is preferably better recommended by the doctor, is usually to assess the level of potential injury, which will ultimately inform what level of treatment that you might require. This is where it's important to work with your doctor to determine what level of testing that is beneficial and what is not. This is the Primary Care Doctor on Call podcast with Dr. Gabriel. This is where I explain medical topics in a simple, clear, and easily understandable way, with the understanding that a lot of the times people leave their doctor's offices with many more questions than answers. My ultimate goal is to empower people with the proper medical education so that together we can build a healthier community. Please join me in this course. In summary, we explained that cervical pain is pain coming from the neck area. And we explained the uniqueness of cervical pain, that it not only presents as pain in the neck area, it could also come with a range of other symptoms, including headaches, burning sensation, pins and needle all the way from the back of the scalp to the upper part of the back, shoulders, arms, down to the fingers. We also explained how doctors typically evaluate cervical pain and why it's important to work with your doctor to find out what is best for you. We also indicated that while most cervical pain tend to resolve by themselves, there are times when it's necessary that you get evaluated by your doctor. In closing, if this explanation has been helpful to you, please take time to subscribe to this channel for similar medical education topics, and kindly share this podcast with someone else who might find it helpful. Please remember, this is for general medical education purposes only, and it's not intended to replace any guidance from your healthcare provider. Please consult with your doctor and follow your doctor's advice. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you at our next podcasts.